and peace of Christ to all of you. Today, our topic is very simple and need some listening. Always we hear, even in our churches, that Muhammad is descendant from Ishmael. The reason for this ignorance, there was a book written long time ago, and that book claimed that the Arab are descendant from Ishmael. This is not biblical. This is not from the Bible. This is from one person who created this lie, and then the rest are just copy and paste. Copy and paste tradition is very well known, and sadly, we as a Christians, we are the same as the Muslims. We copy paste too. I'm wondering how many of us, when a priest he say that the Arab are descendant from Ishmael, how many of us ask him, where do you get this from? What is exactly the reference for this? Is that a biblical thing? This is all goes to the 10th century when one person he wrote a book and then the rest just carry on. However, the word Arab, it is not even a name of a nation. When we say Arab, we mean people who live in the desert. The word Arab is coming from the Aramaic language. Aram is a person who live in hills, in the top of mountains. So the Aramaic are people of mountains. The Arab are people of the desert. You see, in the old days, the names have a reason. And today it should not be a different. I mean, we give names to identify objects or even a person. So when we say someone is an American, well, American whoever carries citizenship of America, but doesn't mean that American is really an American, which means he is really from America. As an example, me myself, I'm not born in America. I am an immigrant, but yet I have an American passport. So who live in America, they call him American. If he is a citizen, he have the rights of a citizen, they call him American. But in fact, not everyone who live in America is an American. Whoever live in the desert, they call him Arab. It doesn't matter who is he. It doesn't matter even what language he speak. And then we go to what is called Arabic. Arabic is not a language by itself. Arabic is born of many languages. Or what we call Arabic language is a collection of Ethiopian words, Aramaic words, Hebrew words, and Persian words, etc. And those many languages they merged together, and then they made a new language. But the fact it is not really new. It's just using the old. And as everywhere, the local they have their own dialect. If you notice, when Muhammad he was speaking about Allah sending him the Quran, and Muhammad, in order to cover himself, he cannot recite the old verse twice correctly. So he come with this new lie saying that Allah he sent him the Quran in 7 letters. If you ask a Muslim or Muhammad, and he will say to you, the 7 letters are 7 dialect. And you will notice here that Muhammad he used the number 7. And there is no way the Arab they have 7 dialect, which mean the Arab in the desert they have thousands of dialect. What 7 dialects? Actually, if you go right now in the Middle East, you will find that every city have its own dialect, and not only every city, it can be even every territory of the city, it speak differently from the other side of the city. So those are not one nation. Those Bedouin, they are from many different places, and I believe that there's a huge influence, or let us say inheritance, of people who they are coming from India or Pakistan today into the Middle East. If you look at the pictures as an example, this is the Prince of Qatar today, the one who is ruling Qatar. If I say to you this guy from Pakistan, you will believe me, right? Is that correct? Actually, he look 100% Pakistani. This is his father. He is a Pakistani, isn't he? Now, if we go and look at the map, you will find that those, Pakistan is really close to us. It's just a few hours by ship, and you will be in Pakistan. And that explains a lot about all the ritual practice which happened around the Kaaba. Around the Kaaba, people did dress like Hindu. They have a sheet. They show one shoulder. They shave their head. They wear a sandal. They have a black stone, and they go around it. You understand me? Arab is whoever live in the desert, they call him Arab. And the one who gave them the name is the Aramaic. If the Aramaic now exists in America, and you live in Arizona, they will call you Arab. You live in Las Vegas, they will call you Arab. All right? However, this is not really our topic, but just to give you an idea, little bit about what we will talk about. The problem is, because of the copy-paste method, the Christians, they start carrying words and they spread it even through those who they are ministers and priests. I found this is online. A Muslim guy, he made this. Descendant of Abraham. Adam, Noah, Abraham, and then Isaac, Ishmael. And then he put on the side religion date. Hinduism, Moses, the Torah, Jesus Christ. And suddenly he made a line all the way from Ishmael to Muhammad. But you see, you will not find anywhere in the Quran where it says that Muhammad is coming from Ishmael. I mean, how that is missing in the Quran? You know what I mean? Like, who is a Muslim want to show me one verse in the Quran that says Muhammad is from Ishmael? How come in the Quran give us details? Jesus is the son of Mary. Ishmael is the son of Abraham. Jacob is the son of Abraham. But where is Muhammad, the descendant of Abraham? Where in the Quran it says that? And here we need to ask ourselves a very simple question. If the Quran, the book of Muhammad itself, never says so, so how the Muslims, they come to this idea that Muhammad is from Abraham, or he is from Ishmael? You see, even the Quran mentioned to us details. Abraham have a children's, and those details are coming stolen from the Bible, not from Muhammad. Muhammad, he have no idea. You see, Muhammad, you do not know what Ibrahim mean. And by the way, there's nothing that's called Ibrahim. Muhammad was so confused. As usual, he have no idea. So the Quran speak about Abraham, but he do not know who is Abraham. And how we know that Quran does not know who is Abraham? The Quran claimed that the guy, his name is Ibrahim, his father, his name is Azar. Have you ever heard of a God he do not know the real name of the father of Abraham? This is how Muhammad he put it, and this is what Muhammad he thought about it, and this is what Muhammad he taught it. But the fact that this word Azar is coming from the old Aramaic, which means foolish or fool. So Abraham was saying to his father, foolish, are you going to worship idols? But because Muhammad is a thief and he stole this sentence from somebody else, he thought that Azar is the name of the father of Abraham. So it's confirmed that the founder of the cult of Islam, he do not know what is the true name of the father of Abraham, which is mentioned clearly in the Old Testament. So the Abraham, the person we speak about in the Quran, is a stolen, copyrighted story from the Old Testament. And the thief, he did some change because he's a fool. He thought by doing some changes, people will not notice that he's a thief. And by doing those changes, he got himself busted. Anyone who is a Christian and he say to you that the Arab is from Ishmael, tell him, show us the verses in the Bible, please, where it says so. Can we do that? Why you don't ask him, show us? There's a few verses in the Bible speaking about Ishmael and his children, and none of them saying what they are saying. Not even one. As the Bible says, all those who they are from Ishmael, including Ishmael, they live in what is called the territory of Gaza today, the Delta and Gaza, between Egypt and Israel. This is where he lived, and that's very normal, makes sense. Why? Because his mother is Hajar and she is Egyptian. Secondly, if you look at the names of the children of Ishmael, you will not find a single one is an Arabic name. To make it simple for you, I mean, why in the world I will not carry the name of my grandfather? Even now today I speak different language. So why in the world the descendant of Ishmael, they stop using the names of their fathers? So if the Arab belong to Ishmael, then we should have all the names of the children of Ishmael belong to those Arab, but we don't find them. And for those who speak Arabic, in 2 seconds he will notice that none of those names fit with the Arabic language, and they mean nothing in Arabic. So the question will be, what language Ishmael he used to name his children? You know what I mean? Let us open the map. This is the map. So now, you know, if you go and study the Bible carefully, you will find that the children of Ishmael, all of them, they came and live in this territory. Let us draw a line so people can see with us what we are talking about. We can say, generally speaking, that they live in this area. That's it. They did not go anywhere, and obviously the mother Hajar herself, she is from there. This is why she came back to where they belong. Abraham, he sent his wife, he said to her, you are free to go anywhere you want, and she went out with her son. And it's very normal for a woman to go back where she is coming from, and she is an Egyptian, and the Bible says that clearly. And this is Egypt here. This is the border of Egypt. Cairo is less than maybe 200 miles away. People who live in the desert here are called Arab for a very simple reason, because the word Arab means desert. Any desert, anyone who live in the desert, he is Arab. So if you live in the desert of Syria, in this area, or Iraq, you are Arab. If you live in the desert of Saudi Arabia, you are Arab. If you live in the desert of Arizona, you are Arab. Arab is not an ethnic, it's not a nation, and they don't have one father. Even in Islamic books, they confirm that Ishmael, he learned Arabic. If you have my book, The Search of Allah, you will find the Muslims agree that Ishmael, he learned Arabic, according to them, at the age of 14. So how the father of the Arab learning Arabic from the Arab? Do you understand what I'm saying? If I go right now to China and marry Chinese, and I learn from the Chinese, how that in the world will make me the father of the Chinese? That will be the most silly, stupid thing ever to say. Always the son belonged to his father. So if Ishmael is from Abraham, that means Ishmael consider himself Aramic, and that explains all the names we see, which is descendant from Aramic, not from Arabic or anything. All the names which is sound like Hebrew, because Hebrew itself is born of the Aramic. Hebrew is just a new language of the Aramic language. This is why when you pray, all of you, and the Muslims, they copy that from the Hebrew, and they copy it from the Aramaic. When they end the prayer, they say Amin. You will see that the Christians, Muslims, Jews, they say Amin. But this is because of the theft of Muhammad. Otherwise, this is have nothing to do with the Arabic. This is an Aramaic word. Additional to all of this, remember that Moses in the Bible, he did marry a Bedouin woman. Moses. I never heard of a priest saying that Moses is the father of the Arab. I mean, let us say, for the sake of argument, somebody will say that Ishmael, he married an Arabian woman. Okay, well, Moses married an Arabian woman. Bedouin. This is what Arabian mean, a Bedouin person. You see, if you go to the Quran, if you go to the yellow pages of Muhammad, you will find the following. The Quran called the Bedouin Arab. All those verses are mentioning the word Arab. What does that mean? Bedouin. Do you see it? This is the translation, but in Arabic it says the Arab. In the translation is coming as the Bedouin, because this is true. This is what it is. Those who live in the desert. You know what I mean? Same as the word Bedouin. This is an Aramaic. Bedu. Everything you see in front of you is born of the Aramaic. Even this language here in front of us, with the letters, with the way it is written, this is Aramaic. This is, you know, like the font changed, etc. But it's still, it's in the origin of it. It's Aramaic. This is a new way, by the way, to write Arabic. I mean, this is not what this is not the way the Arabic was in the time of Muhammad. In the time of Muhammad, it was almost 80–90% of it written like Aramaic. And if you look at those numbers we see in front of us, those are Aramaic. The numbers you use today, like in English, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the alphabet, and it is numbers in the same time. Aramaic are the most interesting, smart, intelligent nation ever exist in history. The word Europe is Aramaic. The word Africa is Aramaic. All the numbers you see, you use today in English, those are coming from the alphabet of the Aramaic. The Aramaic alphabet is numbers. Maybe not too much clear, but you see, the alphabet you are using today, the numbers you are using today are the alphabet of the Aramaic. And the look change by time. The look change. Like number 1 is Aleph, A. This is number 1. You know? Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. So this is an alphabet which is contain numbers at the same time. This is why you know, if you remember, in the Quran we have words which Muslims cannot understand. Kahayas, chapter 19, verse number 1. If you ask Muslims what this is mean, kaf, ha, ya, ain, sad. In fact, it doesn't say that in the Quran. It doesn't say kaf, ha, ya. That's silly. It's one word, as you see here. It is just one word. Kahayas. What does that mean? They don't know. Allah knows best. And they start guessing. Everyone give you his own guessing. Kahayas simply is collection of Aramaic numbers, which is alphabet, which is equal to numbers, which will give you a sentence. I mentioned to you before that Kahayas is a biblical sentence. Here you see those are the Arabic alphabet, which is born of the Aramaic. Letter A is equal to 1, letter B equal to 2, etc. So from the letter 1 to the letter 10, yeah, the numbers are equal to its position by order. So letter A is equal to 1, letter B is equal to 2, letter G is equal to 3, etc. And then the last letter in the number 10, the letter number 10, yeah, is equal to 10. Then right that after that, the letter number 11 will be double of the previous number before it. So letter number K or K is equal to 20, which means we add just 10 to every number to follow. So now L is equal to 30, M is equal to 40, etc. until we arrive to the letter number 20. And then the number will be double to the previous. You know what I mean? So this is the letter here. You will notice here right away it says 100. Qa is equal to 100. Letter after it is equal to 200. Letter after it is equal to 300, etc. until we arrive to 1000. Okay, what does that mean exactly? If we go back to Kahayas, we can take those numbers and we will see what they are equal for. This is letter Ka equal to 20. Now where is the letter Ha? Letter Ha is number 5. Where is the letter Ya? Is equal to 10. Where is the letter A? Is equal to 70. And then the last letter is Sad or Sa. All right, and this is Sa. So if we calculate those letters together, the total will be a number which is equal to the sentence, which is saying, actually let us show it to you in the screen so you can understand it better. I will put the letters next to each other. This is the word Kahayas. Equal, K is equal to 20, Ha is equal to 5, Ya is equal to 10, A is equal to 70, and then Sa is equal to 90. Total is 195. The word the Messiah by letters is equal 1 plus 30 plus 40 plus 60 plus 10 plus 8, and every number is equal to what? To the alphabet, to the letters. This is the word al-Masih, equal to 149. Kahayas is equal to 195. The word Ilahi, which means my God, is equal to 1 plus 30 plus 5 plus 10, 46. Kahayas mean al-Masihu Ilahi, which means the Messiah is my God, 195. Muhammad is a thief. He stole that word. He do not know what it does mean, and not a single Muslim can tell you what this word means, because simply it is not a word. It's a coding. The Aramaic, they used to use coding, especially after Christianity spread between them. So the Roman, they start discriminating. Anyone who follow Christianity will be killed. So if somebody want to say to somebody, the Messiah is my God, he will say Kahayas. The Roman, if he speak Aramaic, still he will not know what he's saying. What does that mean? And there is something very important we need to remember about this Kahayas. Where we find the word Kahayas, anyone remember? Just to show you that this is about the Messiah. It's very clear. If we go to Kahayas, you will find that this is in the chapter of Mary. Is it? It's obvious. It is in the chapter speaking about Maryam. The first verse in the chapter of Maryam, it says, the Messiah is my God. Do you see it? So a clear evidence. Actually, everything in front of us is making it clear that this is about the religion of the Jews, and this is about the belief of the Jews, and this is about the God of the Jews. I told you 1,000,000 times that the names in the Quran, all of it belong to the God of the Jews. When a Muslim he say Ishmael, do a Muslim knows who is a Muslim will tell us what Ishmael mean? Didn't know. The second you say Ishmael, you are speaking about the God of the Jews. What his name? What they call him? All those names belong to the God of the Jews, the God of Moses. When you say Israel, Israel, Ishmael, even Abraham, Zechariah, all of those names are summaries of the God of the Jews. So every single page in this Quran proving to us that Muhammad is a thief and he stole names from the Bible. He do not know what they mean. You know, I'm talking about names which are in the Quran, not different names. And this is what happened here. Chaos. Muhammad, he took it, you do not know what it means. You go to interpretation, every Muslim he give you his own. They start like predicting. Maybe ka mean kebab. They don't know. They have no idea. Because this religion is a theft. Now there is something very important too. Do you know what Jesus said even to the Jews who they are real descendant from Abraham? Anyone remember? Just to show you how we as a Christians, we are not really studying very well. We are not giving our book the time which deserve to learn from it. If we go to the book of John, the Bible according to our beloved disciple John, when the Messiah he went and he spoke, he was speaking to the Jews. The one who around him is the Jews. The Jews, they said to him, and they keep repeating to him, we are the seeds of Abraham. We are what? We are the children of Abraham. They are proud. And those are the real seeds of Abraham, not like Muhammad, who had nothing to do with Abraham, not even close. They said to him, are you greater than our father Abraham, who died, and the prophets who have died? Because the Messiah, he said, whoever keeps my words shall never see death. Who are you making yourself? Yeshua said to them, if I glorify myself, my glory is nothing. It is my Father who glorify me. He of whom you say, he is our God. And you do not know him, but I know him. And if I had said that I do not know him, I myself would have been a liar, like you. But I do know him, and I keep his words. Abraham, your father, desired to see my day, and he saw it, and he rejoiced. The Jews, they were saying to him, you are not 50 years old, and you have seen Abraham? Yeshua said to them, timeless truth I speak to you. Before Abraham, I am exist. I am the living God. So when somebody says I am Abrahamic, what does that mean exactly? Based on the verse we are showing you. Anyone can help me? It's believe in Jesus, exactly. To be Abrahamic is to be as Abraham, he rejoiced when he saw the day of Jesus. is not just someone, he is descendant from Abraham. Jesus said to them, well, if you are from Abraham, then do the work of your father. The answer, they said to him, Abraham is our father. Yeshua, he said to them, if you were children of Abraham, you would have been doing the work of Abraham. And what Abraham he did? He rejoiced by seeing Jesus. Do you understand? So this is the biblical teaching about the seeds of Abraham. The seed of Abraham is not somebody is born of Abraham, is somebody believe in the God of Abraham, which is the Messiah, the Jesus the Christ. And who is the one who's saying that? This is the Messiah himself. This is the Messiah, the Lord himself. He says to the Jews, who they are really from the seeds of Abraham. They are not making it out. They are not fabricating. They are not lying. They are saying, yes, Abraham is our father. He's our great father. And yet Jesus saying to them, well, if you are of Abraham, then you do the work of Abraham. Obviously you are not. So according to the Messiah, the one who considered to be from Abraham is the one who rejoice for the name of the Messiah, as he said here, Abraham your father desired to see me, to see my day, and he saw it and he rejoiced, which means he worshiped Jesus. He prayed to Jesus and he accepted the Messiah as God. Do you see it? Which means even if somebody he is from descendant of Abraham in real, still he is not Abrahamic. Because to be Abrahamic is to be Christian, not to be descendant from Abraham by seeds. And if the Messiah himself did not accept the Jews to be calling himself Abrahamic, I mean, who else can claim to be Abrahamic? And from this we understand that Abraham was a Christian. Correct? Abraham, he is a Christian. He is not Abrahamic. He is just a Christian like us. What Abrahamic mean? Following, believing in the same God of Abraham. Well, this is the God of Abraham, the Messiah. Abraham, your father, he desired to see my day. And when he saw it, and we know the Old Testament speak about God, the Lord, he came to Abraham as a man in the flesh. And the Muslim, they say to you, where in the Old Testament it says that God became as a man. And you will see here the Messiah said, before Abraham would exist, I am the living God. And yet they say to you, where Jesus says, I'm God. I hope we learn today something very important, that Abrahamic is those who they are Christians, not even the Jews who refuse Jesus. Do we understand? For Abraham himself is a Christian. And to be Abrahamic is to do the work of your father Abraham, not to be Abrahamic by name, not to be Christian by name. This is why the Lord, he said, many they will say to me, Lord, Lord. And then he will say to them, depart from me, I do not know you. Go away. Who are you? Not everyone says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of my Father, but the one who do his will. So you call yourself Abrahamic, you call yourself a Christian, you call yourself worshiping the true God, call yourself whatever you want. From their fruits, you will know them. That is the truth, my friend. Did Muhammad do the work of Abraham? Did Muhammad teach the teaching of Abraham? Let us make it clear that the Bible is more than just a book. You see, the Messiah, he said, you want to kill me because you cannot comprehend my words. Correct? I know you are the seed of Abraham, but you seek to kill me because you cannot comprehend my word. So anyone who cannot comprehend, and obviously they don't want to comprehend because they don't want to comprehend. It's not because Jesus making it complicated. They don't want. They play arrogant. They play the ignorant. They knew he is saying that he is God. He knew that he is coming God in the flesh. He is saying that clearly, and this is why they put him in the cross. So when Muhammad he denied the Messiah to be divine, he is not Abrahamic. When Muhammad he denied the Father and the Son, what the Bible says? Who is the liar? The liar, the Antichrist, is the one who denied the Father and the Son. You see, the Quran is. You see, the Quran says, and remember when we made the house a place of reward for mankind and sanctuary, take the venue of a prayer from Abraham's station. Okay, Muslims, how we will find where Abraham's station is located, where it is? Is that the house he built in Israel? Or this is the house which you Muslims go around? How we will know what house? Do you know that all the cities in Israel today, which is called Beit, this is what the word here in Arabic here it says Beit. This is Aramaic. Beit. See, I told you Arabic is not Arabic. There's nothing called Arabic. Beit is mean house. Beit Lahem. The house of a bread. If you search right now in Israel about how many towns their names start with Beit, which means every one of those they have a temple. Beit. So Abraham he built a Beit. Where is this Beit is located? The Muslim they say to us it is the Kaaba. But hold on, look at this. Make this a secure town. اجعل هذا بلدا آمنا. So it's a city. It's not just Abraham and Ishmael alone. There's people there. Secure this country. Secure this cities. Baladan actually make more of a place of busy crowded place, like a country. So Abraham saying secure the towns. Which town? If we search in the Quran, we will find the following. There's mention in the Quran once for the city of Mecca in this verse. You see here, you notice that the temple which is in the house, or let's say the temple which is in Mecca, is called the sacred mosque, al-Masjid al-Haram. Allah did not call it Beit in this verse. Masjid. What happened to the word Beit? Where is the word Beit? Where we can't find this Beit? Islam is a collection of hummus. Nothing makes sense. Nothing absolutely makes sense. You have to be a genius to collect the dots and make an image, because this is not a book. This is a collection of tale stories written long after Muhammad. Another verse in the Quran, this is the only verse mentioned in Mecca, 48:24, and there's nothing there. Then we find this in chapter 3, verse number 96. Look at this. It says, indeed the first house to be set up for mankind is the one at Bakkah. Muslims, where is Bakkah? You see, Mecca is the same word as Bakkah. Mecca. So Mecca and Bakkah, the difference between them is the first letter. And that because the way some people they pronounce it, and because Muhammad is collecting religion from others, so sometimes it is Mecca, sometimes it is Bakkah. However, that there is a house, it's called the house of Al-Makkah. The letter Ka in some dialect appear as Qa. See, this is the letter in the middle of the letter of the word Mecca. So Ka in some dialect is Qa, Makkah. Makkah and Mecca, both of them mean like coming from like a dry land where you have to suck the water from the ground. However, this is not really where the origin of the name is coming from. Makkah is a name of a temple exists in Yemen. You can go right now and search in a private Google for Temple of Al-Makkah. Let us do that. This is Al-Makkah temple. Al-Makkah. You see? Al-Makkah, I told you before that Al mean God, right? So God of Al-Makkah. Al-Makkah is the name of the temple of the moon god, which is built, it's an ancient temple, exists in Yemen. For long, people they thought it is, you know, a temple of the sun, but then later they discover, after they were able to understand the language, which is not Arabic, you know, and this is telling us that when they say that the people of Yemen they are the origin of the Arab, this is a lie, because all ancient inscribed exist in Yemen, none of it is Arabic and have nothing to do in Arabic. So Al-Makkah temple is Makkah. So what Muhammad he did in the Quran, saying that the first temple was built is the temple of Al-Makkah, the first house of Allah, which is the moon god, is the house of Al-Makkah. Are we learning? This is what the Quran is saying. And the Muslims are people who they are disconnected with the Quran. You see, the Quran has nothing to do with what they are saying. There's 90% of things Muslims today believe in is not exist in the Quran as they believe. Al-Makkah is the temple of the moon god. It's not the Kaaba they have today. This is what the Quran confirms. And this is the first house of worship built for Allah, the moon god. And this is true. Mecca today is a counterfeit of the temple of Al-Makkah. In the Kaaba, there is a corner. Let us show you. Look at this pagan cult. Look how they want to kiss it, they want to touch it. You know, this is called the Yemeni corner. The Yemen corner. Why it's called Yemen? Because here there's some stones, they don't fit with the other stones. Do you see it with me? They are not the same. What are those stones? Let us see if we can get an image which is more close and more clear. Those are stones were taken from the temple of Al-Makkah. So in order, why you want to go all the way to the temple of Al-Makkah, which is in Yemen, so you can get the blessing of the moon god? We brought you some stones from there. You touch them as if you were in the temple of Al-Makkah. Those are holy rocks from the holy temple of Al-Makkah, the moon god. And this is why it's called the Yemeni corner. Now let us see what Muhammad he said about the Yemeni corner. Is the Yemeni corner something special in Islam? Why the Muslims are coming to it to touch it? Look at this. Why they are fighting this one, actually the best. Look at this one. This one is the most clear one. Do you see how clear it is that those stones are inserted there? They don't fit with the rest of the stones. You notice they are coming from different area. No, they are not really totally black. They are different. You see, the stones of the Kaaba are totally black because they are a volcano stones. Those are different. What Muhammad he said about those stones? What Muhammad he said? Forgive sin. Thank you. Who is the one who said that? If you go in the hadith, Muhammad claimed that the black stone and the Yemeni cornerstones, they forgive your sin. A man he said to Abu Abdul Rahman, "Oh Abu Abdul Rahman, why do I only see you touching those two corners?" Which corners? The black stone corner and the Yemen corner. He said, I heard the Messenger of Allah saying, touching them erases the sin. And I heard him say, whoever go around them 7 times, it's like freeing slave. What is the power in this corner, the Yemeni corner, to forgive your sin? Allah he placed his forgiveness inside those stones. If Islam is not a pagan cult, how in the world, if we touch stones, our sins are forgiven? And the funny, the Muslim they say and they claim that the Hindus are pagan, the Christians are pagan, the Buddhas are pagan, and they are monotheist. But yet their God is a stone. I hope you guys are having a good time and learning, and I pray that whatever we hear today is not for entertainment. I'm not doing what I do for entertainment. You see, I want every one of you will be an irresistible force of knowledge and faith to fight the devil and his lies. I want every one of you, and I pray that all of you will do way better than me, and you will know way better than what I know. And that's why I share my knowledge. So, because you know, knowledge is power, and if we use it in the right way, in the right direction, it can be amazing power. I wish I can stay and maybe talk for 24 hours. There's a lot of things to share. I mean, it's endless. I don't know. Actually, I shared nothing about Islam yet, because most of the time we focus on things which is easier to prove a point. Like we want to show a Muslim that the Quran have contradictions. You know what I mean? So we focus on things which is easy and clear, and they can't play too much games with it. But this is not really what we know about Islam. There's a lot more. I did not even share 1 to what maybe a million of what I know about this cult. So this cult is very easy to defeat, but you will not be able to do anything with it if you do not know what this cult is about. It's the same as many problems we have today in our life. Our ignorance is our problem. The Bible says, my people have been destroyed because of their ignorance. Everything you do in your life is going to hurt you if you are ignorant. You see, even your divorce, even your marriage, even your investment, if you do not know the right wise decision, if you make an ignorant decision, it's going to be very costly. People lose their life, people lose their worth, their health, because of their ignorance, mostly. So ignorance is our enemy. It's not the Muslims. Ignorance is our enemy, both of us. Muslims, Christians, Hindus, everybody. Ignorance. We got a guy, he claimed to be a prophet, and then through centuries, nobody dare to question this man. Nobody dare. This is the problem. I mean, even if somebody, he don't believe in him, he will not dare to open his mouth. Terrorism. They terrify you, so you will go mute. Like you see today in Iran. In Iran, people after more than 40 years, they are in the street screaming because they are hungry. When hunger strike, they don't care for the God Allah no more. They don't care for Khomeini. And if they are really hungry, this revolution now is just started 2 days ago, will never stop until they take all the mullahs. We don't know what will happen next. But this is dependent on the hunger. Why we want to wait until we are so hungry and dying to make a revolution? Revolution starts from now, by learning, educating ourselves, so we will not suffer from hunger. So we will not get a guy, he put some stuff in his head and he tell us, in the name of God, in the name of Muhammad, I order you. We don't want somebody to replace Muhammad and to take advantage of our money, our life, and our women, as Muhammad was doing. That happened in the past, and that is happening today. In the name of God, somebody controlling you, somebody taking your money, your wealth, somebody fooling you. In the name of God, somebody scaring you to make you go in direction which is not right. God, my friend, he wants to save you, not to use you. This is why Jesus said, Sabbath was made for the man, not the man was made for Sabbath. Correct? The Jews, they took the word of God and they took the law which they received from their prophets, and they tried to make the law more important than the man itself. The law was made for the man, not the opposite. God, he do not need Sabbath. He do not need your Sabbath. He do not need your donation. He do not need your ritual. He do not need even your prayer. It's you who need it. So if the law lost the purpose, which is the man, when we say the man, we mean human being, the man and the woman. So if the law lost the purpose and the law became holy, and it's not the man who is important, then that law is not from God no more. You know what I mean? So the Jew, they start doing the same as Muhammad he is doing today. They start worshiping law which made by Muhammad, and it's not the man who is important no more, when the law is supposedly made for the man, for the benefit of the man. But Muhammad is a person who made the law for his benefit. This is why in the Quran he says, the fifth of the booty is for me, the fifth from the attack for me, the best of the booty is for me. Any woman she want to give herself to me, because he is God. So Islam from the beginning is made for the purpose of one man, not the man. One man, his name is Muhammad. So everybody praised this man, even he changed his name from Qasim to Muhammad, which means the praised one. So Muhammad, he replaced God by himself. He made himself equal to God. Actually, he made himself God on earth. Whatever Muhammad he say, you obey, the Quran say. But Muhammad is a very bad person. How we obey a bad person? Even the Quran confirmed that. Thank you very much for being here today with me. Don't forget to download the video and share it with your friends as soon as it is ready. And don't forget to subscribe to our other channels if you like to join us when we are live on air. So thank you. May the Lord bless you. The Lord is my provider with wisdom, courage, and knowledge, and even the bread I have in my table. I'm very thankful for my Lord, for he said, not only by bread the man he live. We live by the bread, yes, but not only by the bread. Those who live with the bread, they die with the bread. But those who live by the word of the Lord, they will never die. That's what the Messiah said. The one who drink from my water, he will never go thirsty. The one who listen to my words, he will never see death. And the death he is talking about, that you will be away from the mercy of the Lord and you will not be in his kingdom. So we pray that the Lord will be with us, save us from every evil, and he will open the eyes of the Muhammadan so they can see the truth, and the truth will set them free. Thank you very much for being here. Christ is Lord, Islam is false, and see you soon. Bye-bye.